Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking UFL. We're going to be talking about what I think needs to be fixed or what can be done to make this game better. For some context, I like this game. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's the reason I'm sticking it out, even though there's some really annoying, frustrating things about the game though. I'm very high ranked on the game. I'm 7th in the world right now. I've been as high as 4 at one point. Yeah, I play against the absolute sweats, the meta of the meta. Two of the games recent lost to Ice Gala. We'll talk about him at some point in this video and just the meta in general. That'll be one of the things that is an issue on the game right now. But I've got a good record and I've got a very good team. I played a fair bit during early access, not as much as some. And yeah, we'll talk about what I think about the game in general. And from there, you guys can let me know what you think. Feel free to comment what your thoughts are, what you don't like about the game. As well, you can comment what you do like about the game. I've done lots of videos praising the game. This video doesn't want to be just a rant about the game. I want Strikers Inc. to be able to work on this game and improve it. I like a lot about it. I think there's a lot of really good fundamental stuff that this game's got potential. And at the same time, I think with what you call it, the game only just be full release recently. It's pretty good. But there's a lot of things right now that make it infuriating to play, and I can see why a lot of people might stop. So, are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC25? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. First one first. RP reduction. Why is that a thing? Like, what reason does that exist? All it does is punish people who aren't playing the game non-stop. You get 3 wins a bonus a day, which is like, for me, I get about 11k RP from it. And then what you call it, if you play that's 3 or 4 more games, let's say you play 7 or 8 games, that is a lot to do every single day. You'd be playing at that rate 50 games a week basically. It's a lot for the average casual. You're getting maybe 70k RP a week. And then I just lost 40k last night. It is absolutely ridiculous. I've not really ever seen anything like this on a competitive video game. It's dumb. It's unrewarding. All it feels like is a bit of a greedy money grab to try, make people stay on the game more, feel like the grind FOMO, and then they spend the CP once they've got RP enough to buy players. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It's really demotivating. It makes me not want to play the game as much long term with that currently in the game. I've probably lost 130 to 150k RP. It says some enhanced reputation capacity is deducted every 7 days. I haven't actually tracked it, but there's no way. I've already had it 4 times. The game's not been out for a month. So I don't know why it keeps happening. It might even be 5 times I've had it, but I've had it a lot. It's infuriating. Just get rid of it. It shouldn't punish you for that. I hate that. XP plus skill points. Some of these issues, by the way, I appreciate the difficulty, the balancing act. It's not easy. I'm not the game developer. It's not my job to develop the game. But I can point out issues and it's their job to fix them ultimately. And if they want, might not be everyone agrees with me. And obviously it's just my opinion and my perspective. But for me, the XP right now is a bit of an issue in the sense of it just takes far too long. Locatelli, he needs 115k, is that? It's just stupid to get a skill point. Dumfries needs 90k to level up. My keeper, what is it? 70 odd k. It basically makes the game way more pay to win because the lower level players are near impossible to level up now. If you get a player who's like, look at Ferguson, he's an 80k just to go to a 90, 100k for Elanga to go to a 91. Only the higher rated players seem to be able to get skill points quicker. So it makes the pay to win players even better. Right now it's just too long. I know it's not the easiest thing to balance. It's a long-term game that they say about resets. I get that. But for now it just doesn't seem very balanced. Gameplay-wise, there's a lot I could talk about. There's a lot of really good fundamentals about the gameplay. Other than the chip through balls, which are a big issue, which they're insane. I quite like the passing. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more punishing at times based on their actual passing stats. You shouldn't be able to play reverse driven passes with centre backs on the week who have 50 passing. It's a bit too ping pongy. That also makes it too easy to waste time. Anyone remotely good on this game can waste time easily. This is my ultra attacking 10 width, 10 depth of defense. I can't get the ball back barely against someone even half decent at the game if they're winning. It's so easy to time waste. I've played people who've gone 1-0 up against me 5 minutes in from a cross that I defended properly but still conceded, and they've tried to keep the ball for the rest of the game. Not fun, awful gaming experience. The time wasting needs to be addressed. Even maybe if they do somewhat FIFA used to have, where if the opponents kept the ball in their own half for quite a while, your team just goes in some cracked press that's hard to get out the press. So right now it's just boring when you play against someone. Time wasting. Crossing and heading. This Ice Gallo, I think before those two matches, I think I had a positive record against him. I was either 1 win or 2 wins more against him. I think now, off the top of my head, he's beat me once more than I beat him. He plays Haaland and Havertz on the wings. He subs off Mbappe at half-time for a Roccadore to play striker. He has CR7 at cam. You can get what he's trying to do. He doesn't play anything on the ground. There's no dribbling. There's no creativity. There's no football fundamentals build-up. It is literally just spamming crosses to the back post for knockdowns, crossing into the middle if that's open. Is toxic. It's the worst meta. And to give him credit, he is the best person on this game that I've played against in terms of using it. On this game, it is absolutely boring playing against it. I've got Calafiori and Dumfries at fullbacks. Against someone as Haaland and Havertz on the wing, even when I get them in the perfect position to mark it, you cannot stop it. It needs fixing. I don't know really, again, what the full fix about heading and stuff, but the passes are too accurate. Keepers also just don't do very well with crosses. They miss the ball a lot of the time. My keeper's got really good stats. He's tall. I conceded a corner. My keeper was stood under it for a second and then just dove out of the way. But yeah, the skill gap at the high level when someone's got a really good team and just abuses the crossing is really low. I'm not going to say bad stuff about opponents. You can probably get what I'm getting at. But he's just a brilliant player when it comes to abusing the game and the broken crossing and heading right now. His team's Haaland, Havertz, Ronaldo, Loftus-Cheek, Rabiot, and then 4 massive people at the back. He's got Van Dijk, Bissek. You can't beat them in the air. So you could say, oh, Nathan, Zell, just go get them yourself. It's not as simple as that because you can't go upgrade the players now. So yeah, the meta at a high level is shocking. I know people at lower levels I've seen on Reddit posting saying that they're already seeing it. It just gets worse the higher it is. I use it quite a bit. I'm not trying to say I don't. I try dribble and shoot a bit, but let me show you an example of... this is an example of the keepers. No, this is a miss I had, I think, is it? No, what is it I wanted to show? I think this is an example of a goal he scored against me. Don't really know what more I can do with the keeper. Corners in general need nerfing. Eugene said that they are nerfing them, but we'll see. It's honestly, that's just boring. It's so stupid. This was 3-2 down against him. This has to be a goal. Get a bit lucky there. I honestly think the tackling and rebounds now are actually not too bad. Rebounds, they did fix, and they do address. One thing that is positive about the game is they do address some talk about they're going to fix things. This here, the keeper movement there is just stupid. That keeper can even save that from that close. Finishing's way too inconsistent. I've had shots go wide or hit the post from like 8 yards out. That might be that clip I wanted to show, actually. Let me look. I think this is it, actually. The finishing when the game came out was a bit too good. You could score from anywhere with anyone. Stats didn't seem to matter. Keepers couldn't deal with long shots. Yeah, look at this. That has to go in. If you're using a centre-back, sure, but someone who has 99 finishing, centre of the box, perfect angle, they've not moved the keeper, he has to score that. When that's happening, it didn't affect that game, but I've had tight games where I've lost them. I'm trying to actually do something on the ground and build it up a bit. That's one of the reasons people just cross and head it so much, because that's very consistent. Finishing's not too bad compared to some games I've played, but it's gone from too OP to it's not consistent enough now. It's made the game more RNG, lowers the skill gaps, not fun. And I'm using Haaland, so I can only imagine what it's like for people using worse players. CP when selling players. Haaland, well, Ronaldo's 265 million. You get 20%, I think it is, basically 20% back of what a player costs when you sell them. That's ridiculous. It's just a greedy money grab. It's not fair to play. That needs fixing. I get you shouldn't get 100% back maybe to like long-term fluctuate the market or something, but you shouldn't be losing that much money. Showdown rewards are shocking. They talked about the boosted in this time. I can't see them right now. Doesn't show me the full one. But yeah, they've barely upgraded them for 15 wins. It's really bad. And apparently, last week the matchmaking was just I matched anyone. Apparently this week they've changed the matchmaking. So if you are Premier Division like me, you will just match Ruby, Diamonds, and Premier players. Why? Why am I being punished? I play a mode already. Ranked's already me loading up against. You look at my match history. I can't remember the last game I had against a Plat there. I've played 2 games against Plats in like my last 20. I'm not saying in that mode that I shouldn't. I should be matching people like this. That's fine. I don't complain about that. In Showdown, like the Weekend League mode, when I'm playing for the same rewards as a bronze player, I shouldn't be doing that. So the matchmaking's screwed, and the rewards are just not good enough. I mean, the challenges that they've done are cool. I like the concept. Most goals with Brazilian players, most wins, but it's a bit punishing again in the high divisions. I think it should just be a challenge. Do this X amount of times and you get this reward. But I like that they're doing something a bit different with the challenges. That is cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot that I like about this game. This video hopefully hasn't come across too negative. It's not trying to be that. I want this game to succeed. I want it to do well. It is just really frustrating playing it right now. Seeing the meta how it is, the rewards, the grind. Players just don't level up anymore. It feels like once I've got my free wins to get like 11, 12k RP, feels like I'm just loading up without much to do. The season's 74 days. They've not said what the rewards are in Premier. Like, what reason do I really have to play? My players are going to take 200 games to go up one level. That's just pointless. The rewards are not good after you've got your free wins of the day. It's a bit demoralising right now. They need to add more to the game to make it worthwhile playing. I guess that's my opinion. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Keep it spicy. Hope to see you guys next one. Peace.